Hello, everybody, and welcome to Blue Jays Today, where we always have something to say about the Toronto Blue Jays. I am your host, Adam Peddle.
And I'm your host, Nicholas Playalong. And today, guys, we're talking about the MLB draft, which is coming up this weekend, July 17th. I'm pretty stoked, man, because we're starting to pay attention to this, and we need some freaking reinforcements for the Toronto Blue Jays. And that's what we're talking about today. Who they should go after with their first overall pick in the first round. Not first overall pick in like the whole draft, but like their
I do it all the
first
time.
overall pick. You know?
I do it all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So who they are going to be selecting at 23rd in this year's draft. Before we get into it, guys, please make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below who you think they should snag. And also, today, Jace is the code for Monkey Knife Fight. Hop onto there. You will get some sweet deals. All right, broski. What do we need? Well, actually, we
answered this. We answered this. We said pitching and outfield, and you're going to find a very common theme with our picks right here with the first overall. First guy on this list, I love Connor. I think you pronounce it Prelip. Connor Prelip. He's a left-handed pitcher from Alabama. He's 21 years old. I love these college players. Said it last time. We want to get guys who are a little bit more developed, who could be a little bit sooner major league ready, because we need the guys now.
I think everybody on the list that we have here is at least 20 years old, you know, and in college, right? Because you're going to see a lot of those like early guys are high school boys.
Yeah.
A lot of potential. They look great. It's just not really in our timeline.
No, not in our timeline.
It's not really in our time. We're looking at Lord. We're looking at Tio. They're not going to be on this team for too much longer. We're looking at Ryu's done. We don't know what's going on with Kikuchi. Like, we need guys now. So 2021, 22 is perfect.
Right. And Connor Prelip, he's amazing. He was supposed to go first overall before he got his elbow injury. So
I did hear
sneaky.
that. Yeah.
That's a sneaky pick. We want to pick these guys with some huge upside. So guy could go first overall. Great for the Toronto Blue Jays. Although he has had Tommy John, so maybe you could say, oh, well, he's had his Tommy John, but we all know Tommy John can come more than once.
I guess that's why I'm not so worried, because the reason why he's fallen so low, folks, is because of that Tommy John that he had. And I get it. It's like you don't want to spend your first overall pick in the whole draft on a guy that just got Tommy John. But at the same point, the talent's all there. Like when 2020 was going on, I think he pitched 21 consecutive innings without a single earned run, 35 strikeouts. Then COVID hit, so he couldn't do anymore. But he was looking elite as all holy hell. Then he did Tommy John. He came back. He showed off his stuff to over 100 people. 100 people came and saw him. Apparently, he looked great.
Yeah, he looked amazing.
So I'm just what is the issue right now? This to me looks like a guy who should probably be going top 10. So if we can snag him at
first
20
overall.
Exactly. Yeah, if we can snag him at 23, that seems just like a great value.
I agree. I cannot agree anymore. Another guy on this list is Blade Tidwell, I believe that's how you say his name. He is a
pitcher.
He's another pitcher, right-handed pitcher. Also, he's from Tennessee, 21 years old. Now, I like this guy a lot because he's 6'4", and his fastball can touch 99 at 21 years old. And in his college debut, apparently he had the second most wins for a freshman with 10 W's in that season. So I like him a lot. Big guy, 6'4", throws hard. What's not to like?
Exactly,
about
right. And I like the fact, too, that it's Connor and Blade, they're both 21-year-olds. So, I mean, best case scenario, a season and a half from now, it's here they are, right? Ready to go. We could even be having that conversation. It's they're in the rotation now. Whereas, we said, the 18, 19-year-olds, I don't know when you're going to come up.
Ricky Tiedemann, bro.
Exactly.
The guy we have right now.
You're just it's going to be so long until we get you. If we're trying to do this window with Vlad, with Bo, with all these guys, now is the time.
Yeah.
Similarly, and maybe with the biggest upside out of all of these dudes from what I was reading, is Kumar Rocker, who's 22 years old, actually. Now, you guys might be familiar with that name because he got drafted by the Mets at 10 overall last year. And I remember I remember watching Wardy and him. He was like, oh my God, we got Kumar Rocker. And Draftnik Mark was freaking out too. It was a steal to get this guy at number 10. And then what happened was the Mets looked at him and they were like, oh, there's a problem here. There's an injury. And there was something going on with his shoulder. Now, I believe that he had surgery on that, and he's come back. He's pitched in a different league. I don't know exactly what league it was, but a 1.8 ERA, really, really solid, tons of strikeouts. Everything about this guy, from what I was reading, was massive upside, all of the upside in the world, but people are just scared to touch him. And I think if we're the Blue Jays, we're looking at a 22-year-old with incredible upside who can throw 99. And I understand we're all very scared about the Nate Pearson situation, you know, a fast-throwing, injury-prone guy. Yeah. But if we could get this guy coming up in like a year or something like that to actually contribute.
Same thing with Prelip, bro. It's like, yeah, okay, he's had an injury, he's had some issues, but if he's got some good stuff, like I want to shoot for upside guys.
Yeah,
like it's all upside. Cool to get, like there's some safe guys in here that I like as well, but I want upside because what do we have to lose? The World Series, because that's what we're going for.
And what's beautiful about picking in the 23rd spot is if we miss, like I am going to be upset, but at the same point, okay, like we shot our shot. 23 is a great area to be like, all right, you know what? We believe in his upside. We can reach a little bit for this guy because he's the ranked 38 MLB prospect in this thing. If we see it there, I'd be okay with it.
I want to take him.
I'd be okay with it.
I want to take him, absolutely. Now let's switch over to outfielders.
Yeah. Some position players.
Some position players right here. One position player who's an outfielder is Sterling Thompson. Now, he's a left-handed bat, and this is actually part of the reason.
Freaking love,
Yep,
man.
This is part of the reason why I wanted to put this guy on this list. 21 years old, and everything about him is what I like to see in a hitter. He reads, they say he has a good approach, right? He has a hitting rating of 55.
Yeah.
He rarely misses the fastball. That was in his scouting report, and I wanted to emphasize that because we have a lot of dudes who like to miss the fastball, and we can't have that. Raw power and plenty of pop, he says, and he's also played shortstop in high school. It's a little note because that just shows he's athletic as hell. So I would love to select Sterling Thompson if we don't end up getting any of these big, strong starting pitchers.
I like it, bro. I like it. He's 6'4". He looks like he's super duper athletic. He batted .354 like throughout what he was basically his last league that he was in, which is phenomenal, right? He's the 29th ranked MLB prospect in this draft, so you gotta think like he should be there for us. He should be available. And he kind of fits the mold of like the hitters and the players that Toronto Blue Jays like and what we need right now, frankly, to take over for that Teoscar Hernandez, Lourdes Gurriel Jr. role. Last on this list is Dylan Beavers. He is an outfield prospect. Looks really nice. Now, he's ranked 22, so it's possible that he's not going to be there when we pick. But if he is, like everything's there. He's 20. He's a little bit younger, but he hit .291 last year and .634 slugging and 17 homers for a 20-year-old. So
that's
he has
a lot of homers.
Literally, it's like when I was reading his thing, it was just like power. Like if this guy makes it to the next level, he is a 5-tool caliber player with a massive ceiling to slug insane amounts of home runs. You know, so it's like this could be our Teoscar Hernandez replacement basically if he is who he says he is. Also, his last name is Beavers, and we're the Canadian team, and it just kind of feels like we need that.
We gotta have a guy named Beaver on the team.
And you gotta think, like, that's gonna be such a great promotional thing, you know?
Absolutely.
Like, how many extra tickets and merchandise are you gonna sell for a guy named Beavers?
There's gonna be way too many.
Like, Beaver Tails are gonna, like, he's definitely gonna get sponsored by Beaver Tails.
They're gonna bring in Beaver Tails into the stadium,
1,000%, dude. And I'm just saying, like, I want to be a part of that. I think that this guy would be exceptional. Very, very, very high ceiling. Maybe the highest ceiling out of many of the guys we talked about today. So look for him. Look for all of these dudes come draft day. We're going to be live looking at the draft, guys, doing a watch along with you folks on Sunday evening. Hopefully one of these names get read off. If not, it better be a fucking elite. Like, I'm just saying, man. Like, it better be. If it's an infield guy,
oh my god,
I don't say
that would be the last thing I'd ever imagine them picking.
Yeah.
But guys, let us know in the comments down below. What do you think about these guys, these prospects for the Blue Jays? Who do you think they're gonna select? Let us know in the comments. And guys, $3 is about to become a Patreon. Shout out and thank you to all of our current Patrons. You guys are absolutely fantastic.
Thank you so much for watching.
And go Jays, go!